The question now is about stability. Much of that comes down to the availability of Drake London. It's no coincidence that Pitt's ascension has directly overlapped with London's absence while dealing with a PCL injury. London returned to practice on Wednesday, but head coach Raheem Morris stressed it's no guarantee London plays in Week 16. Pitts has taken 44% of his snaps on passing plays from the slot in these last 4 games and has been targeted on 28% of his routes. He's averaging 6.9 yards after the catch per reception, up from 3.8 in weeks 1 to 11. There is a lot of overlap in the ways you want to optimally deploy Pitts and London as big slot options who can rumble after the catch. That's why it's been difficult, beyond the fact that Pitts hasn't always been healthy the last few seasons, for both to go off at once. If London is out again in Week 16, Pitts is a top 5 ranked tight end. Should London return, I doubt he'll be 100% off the PCL injury, so that is enough for Pitts to remain a fantasy starter. I just won't expect anything close to the nuclear-level production we got in Week 15. Kenneth Gainwell, at Detroit Lions. Much like Pitts above, Kenneth Gainwell's been trending towards a big game like the one he had in Week 15 for quite some time. Gainwell owns a massive role in the Steelers' passing offense. Gainwell is one of 3 running backs to lead his team in catches this season, the others being Christian McCaffrey and Devon Achane. Not bad company for Gainwell. In an upcoming matchup with a Lions team that will push Pittsburgh to increase its pass attempts, Gainwell is once again in a spot where he could catch a ton of passes. This is a situation I wouldn't mind chasing the Week 15 results one bit. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt versus the Philadelphia Eagles. With Chris Rodriguez Jr. sidelined, Bill was back in our lives. The 7th-round rookie, who was the talk of August hype circles, handled 18 carries in Week 15, the most he's seen this season. He was able to run all over a Giants rush defense that's been a problem all year. The Commanders won a game for the first time since Week 5, so game script was also in Bill's favor. Bill's ability to do it again will all come down to the availability of Rodriguez. Even if, for whatever reason, the team elevates the rookie ahead of Rodriguez, who has been the lead back for weeks now, a 3-way split between these two and Jeremy McNichols is too problematic. Not to mention, while the Eagles' run defense, who the Commanders will see in Week 16, has had its gaffes, they are much better than the Giants' front. Tyrone Tracy Jr. versus the Minnesota Vikings. Tracy was the Giants' clear lead back coming out of the Week 14 bye and ended up being the 5th best back in fantasy last week. He led the team with 18 touches and played on 76% of the snaps. However, he did lose goal line work to Devin Singletary in resounding fashion. That didn't matter in Week 15 because Tracy was able to hit big plays against a Commanders defense that's been hapless all season. The Vikings are a bit more of a tricky matchup to figure out. Minnesota allows teams to move the ball down the field in the run game, as it ranks 31st in rushing success rate allowed to running backs since Week 10. Its 4.0 yards per carry allowed is rather middle of the pack, and it generally doesn't give up long gashes. With all that in mind, if Tracy still doesn't have goal line work locked down, he's more of a solid RB2 than an RB1, despite his big Week 15 showing. Troy Franklin versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Troy Franklin has had his moments this season, but has been trending down over the last month with rookie Pat Bryant emerging, particularly since the Broncos came back from their Week 12 bye. With Bryant on the shelf last week, Franklin turned in his best game in quite some time, catching all 6 targets for 85 yards and a score. Franklin actually ran fewer routes last week than Lil Jordan Humphrey, who was signed off the Giants' practice squad in November. The key for Franklin was getting back into the slot. Bryant had taken over the slot role coming out of the bye because he gives them more size and physicality at that spot. Franklin can play outside, but has more ability to rip big plays as a speed slot. The Broncos already face a tough matchup in Week 26 against a sneaky good Jaguars defense. If Bryant is back in the mix for Denver, I'd find Franklin quite difficult to trust. DJ Moore